Some bacteria contain flagellum, which are long filaments that protrude from bacteria, seen here using electron microscopy. These filaments are attached to large protein complexes called bacteria flagella motors that can rotate and allow bacteria to swim towards or away from substances in a process named chemotaxis. Compared to the well-known membrane proteins, G-protein coupled receptors and ATP synthase, the bacteria flagella motor is very large, measuring around 45 nanometers in diameter. The rotor of this motor is comprised of multiple rings. The first to assemble is termed the fly-F ring, which acts as a scaffold. Onto this, the fly-G ring forms, which is responsible for switching the direction of the motor, causing either runs or tumbling. Finally, we have the fly-M and fly-N rings, which may regulate the switching of the motor by external stimuli. The rotor spans the inner and outer membrane of the bacteria. However, like all motors, torque generation cannot occur without a stator. Upon engagement of this stator, protons travel through the complex and generate rotation.
We should all know parrots can articulate human words, but we may not be so sure whether they know what they are saying or are simply imitating sounds. The story of Alex the parrot and how a 30-year psychological experiment amazed everyone who heard it helps to provide an answer. Stay with Animal Wise to know more. The origins of Alex and Irene. Alex was an African grey parrot born in 1976. When he was just over a year old, he came to be in the hands of American ethologist and psychologist Irene Pepperberg. Dr. Pepperberg named him Alex as an acronym for Avian Learning Experiment, as she was conducting a study at Indiana University, USA. Dr. Pepperberg's study. Irene wanted to teach Alex to demonstrate the intelligence of birds. Up until this point, science had claimed only primates had the ability to develop an understanding of language. It was believed that birds such as macaws, cockatoos and other parrots could only imitate sounds without being aware of their meaning. To begin Alex's learning, Dr. Pepperberg decided to apply a teaching method based on 3 roles: the student, the trainer and a model. In this case, Alex was the student and he had to watch interactions between the trainer and the model displaying desired student behaviour. The idea was for the trainer to say a word, which the model would imitate and then receive a prize for doing so correctly. Alex would not only notice the model getting rewarded for imitating the word, but he would become jealous of the interactions and want to be involved. Alex began to respond like the model so that he could receive the reward, the result Irene hoped for. Alex's intelligence. After much learning, Alex was able to identify objects, numbers, colours and shapes. He could also differentiate between sizes and see other differences between objects. He came to use his own vocabulary, which consisted of around 150 words, eventually identifying letters and phonemes. He said sorry when he was wrong, and I want to go back when he was tired and wished to return to his cage. But this was not the only aspect which surprised the world. This incredible bird was able to ask a question. Looking at himself in the mirror, Alex seemed to ask what colour his own feathers were, something so exceptional no other animal had previously done so. According to Dr. Pepperberg, Alex had the same intellectual capacity as a 5-year-old child. She was able to demonstrate that parrots not only imitate, but are capable of reasoning at a basic level and creating words. The parrot acquired so much knowledge, he could be described as having his own personality. According to Dr. Pepperberg's students, Alex often used to tell them, "I want corn," or "I want to climb on your shoulder." There were even days when he hung his head and said, "I want to be tickled," as if he were a child. Alex's passing. Although African greys typically live an average of 50 years, Alex passed at only 31 years old. It happened on September 6, 2007. It is believed his death was due to the disease arteriosclerosis from which he suffered. It likely caused a stroke or heart failure. Pepperberg explained that on his final day, he said goodbye in his usual way. When Pepperberg said goodnight, he replied, "You be good, I love you, see you tomorrow." Dr. Pepperberg wrote a book as a tribute to Alex in which she collected her 3 decades of learning. In it she wrote the following: "His own conduct at the time of learning revealed to us how much remains to be discovered in the field of animal intelligence." If you want to continue learning about intelligent animals, you will want to hear the incredible story that we share here about Clever Hans, the mathematical horse. Tell us what you thought of Alex's story in the comments, and we'll see you next time.